And rolling, I think. Are you? Hello? Uh, okay, this is weird. It's probably, yeah, it's fine. Okay, good. It was just like not updating, and I was very confused. Hey, Wilco. I am an American aquarium drinker. Love that song. Let's do something fun, and I don't know what. Do we do happy or do we do sad? That is the big question. Is it positive? Is it negative? I'm thinking positive. I think we go positive today. I think we go like major. Um, and like honestly, I probably just go like ultra easy and just go C major. And you know, everybody's unmuted. Yay! I'm gonna start with part three. We're gonna do a couple basics. Sort of like basic little lippy voices. But I think the key is to put a lot of character into the signal itself. So we're gonna go nowhere because those cables don't reach. Boo! But I need it. Okay. Goodbye. You're gone forever. I'm on a very tall stool. And there. Okay. Yeah. Mysterious. We could do mysterious. I mean, that would be fun. That would set the tone of the whole thing. That would be kind of nifty. Okay. Let me continue hooking up the hookups. And I'm going to make it a point today to kind of do a little bit more illustrating of what I'm doing here. Because I know some people watch this for like the educational aspect of it, and I 100% appreciate and approve that um, as a teacher by trade. I mean, so the Weston oscillator and the upper thing, the 2V2, it's just two analog oscillators. It's I'd call it a super basic module, but it's like real nice, you know. Oh, and then this is the Popple, which is a dual filter, um, and you can run it basically in stereo. And then this little Erica Synths submixer is going through the C legs delay right there. Okay, now everything gets tuned to the Rhodes here. That's better. And then this can tune to itself. We're using triangle wave output here. Yay, cool. Cool, bro. Cool, bro. Cool, bro. Cool, bro. Had to be done. Had to be done. Moral imperative to supply a drone. Just do it. Hey, I'm curious out there. Here's a fun question to discuss. Maybe we'll wait till there's more people in here. No, I can't wait that long. It takes too long. If you make music, how much do you sing? How much do you sing? You should sing more. Okay, I'm gonna put that guy away, and then I'm gonna give me. I also need 2 envelopes, so we'll go channel 1 and channel 2 out of Zadar, which is right next to it. Zadar is an amazing module. It puts out shaped voltages. Pick your shape. There's 260 of them. And they go all the way from basic. Like, I mostly use one as A0 because it's just the basic A attack decay envelope, you know? But man, you get into some wild stuff. And Haplo the patron? Where is the Sartan? Margaret Weiss, Tracy Hickman. Deathgate Cycle. Always loved that. Always loved that series. Super, super cool. Where is the Citadel? Inside jokes are so fun. No, seriously though, singing. Singing. You should sing more. Is all I guess I'm trying to say. Singing is like the natural instrument, you know. And I think the more you do with your voice, the more you're also training your ear. That cannot be overstated how important that is for all musicians. Okay, now we just need parts. We were gonna go into mysterious mode, so I'm thinking minor, but I'm also thinking maybe Dorian. So that would be C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, C. So we've got the minor sort of vague tonality, but you got a major 7 chord, and you have a major 3. So we're going to avoid the 6 because the 6 is a diminished chord. Well, singing in any utility way at all. Like, for example, I sing my parts in my head when I'm making them up on the sequencer. Okay? And part of that is like, oh, I'm going to slow it way down. So if I've got this little line that's like, boop, boop, doot, boop, boo-doo-doo, boop, 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 boo-doo. How does that break down into 16 gates? Doot, doot, doot. Do 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 do. See, like then you like slow it way down, because if you can sing it accurately, then you can also kind of what we call audiate, which is playing music in your head. Okay, sort of hearing the sound in your head before it exists, right? Super super useful skill, and where that I think starts and is really improved big time is by singing. Especially most of us, we're just in a room, we're mostly by ourselves, doing this modular thing. Crouched over our spaceship control panels, muttering to ourselves, cursing our length of patch cables in solitude. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, sing. You will find improvements if you keep at it. Improvements in your overall musicianship. I don't mean improvements in singing. Okay, now before I get those voices set up, I just had this funny little idea. I'm going to just do that real quick. It's a little bit out of order here. You're out of order! Whole system is out of order! Wah! Okay, sorry. Not really, though. Yes, exactly. Chords can easily be sung one note at a time. You could just sing like the root or the highest note and kind of you're still imagining it, right? That's the important thing. It's not the actual singing. The side effect of actual singing, of course, is getting better at actual singing. And to be completely honest, that's good too. But it's that audiation, it's that ability to kind of hear things in your head, manipulate them in your head, do different things with this data that you're just manufacturing in your own brain and rehearsing without any sound made. Oh, hi! No, we're going to delete that, and this, and that, and that. Oh, those are lovely, though. Man, my God, they're so nice. No, here's a fun thing. Look. Here's the deal. If I do this, and then I do this, check this out. Check out how fun this is me. That's all I'm saying. I haven't done a Moogly choir in a long time. We should do that. That'd be kind of fun. Okay, parts. We're gonna make these guys, let's make this one 7, but slower, 8th notes. Let's do 8th notes. I want these to be kind of interlocking. Yeah, if you really ask, I think people do it naturally without ever really thinking about it. They think about the sound of things in their head, whether it be somebody's voice or a music chunk of some sort or whatever. We don't have a common term for it. I mean, you say, oh, you can picture the sound of it. Wait, what? Because you're picturing. Can't picture the sound because your picture is. You know what I mean? It's stupid. Give me some gates. Boop, 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 doot. We're going to run this at an unrelated speed. Hehehe. And then they're in each ear. We add some delicious reverb. I want to modulate the level of fog, which is reverb. And then, of course, we have delay. Okay, but we also have... We have multiple ways of modulating each of these sequences. So let's do a thing here. We're going to put one for octave at quarter note, okay? And then I'm just going to flip it up an octave or down an octave every once in a while. Two up, two up, two down. Let's put it that way. 2, 3, 4. Same thing. Octave. So now we got it all blooping and blipping. We could put these guys on random too, which would be interesting. Let's do that so that they're just flipping around from octave to octave at completely unrelated tempos, right? Yeah, that's a good point, Jojo. Because the software for that is good enough nowadays. Right now, my PAMS Pro is putting out a clock. It's at 88 BPM. But the vector is not running at a note value for one of these tracks. It's running at an internalized speed thing. It's just literally called speed. Like, you can set the note value for the sequence to a lot of stuff. You can have it like a percentage of the beat. You can do it as a multiple of the 8th note or the 16th note. You can, like, there's all kinds of things. But I do just kind of want this guy flipping and flipping around here. Now, the other thing we've got is chance probability, or chance operation. So I'm going to put a slight probability of resting on all of the steps. Okay, just a tiny bit, so that, like, every once in a while, one of these notes just doesn't exist, right? So we get even more variation at sort of a deeper level, which gets it closer to being random. They were talking about the vector in a stream, and I thought I was kind of clever, because I was like, it's not generative music, it's like degenerative music. Because it's sort of true, like, you can have it generate a sequence, and then you proceed to pull stuff out of it, and it's like you're taking what's there, and you're decaying it in some respect. Okay, that's a nifty little combo right there. Tell you what, I kind of want to do a choir. I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be really cool. I'm gonna do a thing though. Before... cable's not long enough. So sorry. You'll do nothing! I want to set up basically just a blank basic oscillator here. Make sure it's in tune. I think it is. Yeah, this .vco is digitally... It's digitally controlled tuning. It's very, very nice. I like it a lot. It's like a basic VCO. The only thing is it doesn't have, like, FM, but it does have a built-in drift generator, which is neat. Honestly, I should use one of those... Hey, Jason. I should use that VCO for one of these voices. That'd be easy. Could just swap a cable over, add a little drift generator to give it a little tuning slop. It just kind of gently wafts up and down tuning, or it goes extreme if you want, which is kind of hilarious. Okay, now we can do this direct using the built-in condenser microphone, but I think I can just use... Now, this unfortunately will subject you to my voice, and I apologize in advance. Yeah. So we're going to have to turn this down. I need to get the pitch, like, fixed in my brain. Actually, let's go up an octave. Yeah. So what I need to do then is essentially put the dub level at, like, additive so that it... Okay, so that it doesn't destroy the old material. If you turn the dub level all the way up, it does that. Makes all of your stuff. So, oh, it's this microphone. I forget, because I'm used to using the built-in condenser. I'm gonna have to redo that. Never mind. It had a loop going because I forgot to shut off the output because I'm dumb like that. Okay, let's check it. Cool, bro. Okay. See if we have the combo yet. Oh yeah. Nice. We'll go high for the flat, for the third. Sorry. Our choir. But now we need to make more. Or, you know what we can do is just do a one-shot usage of this. This actually would not be a terrible idea. Just dump it into the looper for a while. Never had one lesson. That's probably enough. That's probably plentiful. Okay, now let me think here. Nah, let's just go for it. Let's just make multiple chords. Are we going to stay in C Dorian? That is the question. What are the gooey, nice chords? I suppose B flat. It's only 6 seconds. It feels like freaking forever. Yep. Okay, what do we got? Now, if we put a tiny bit of pitch variation on each grain, all right, and then you kind of get that chorusing effect, and that'll kind of help to mollify the effects of me not being perfectly in tune with everything, because I'm only human. Yeah. Well, you know, I asked the audience, and the audience responded by saying, mysterious. That is the mood. That is the mood that we're attempting here. And I think we can make that happen. But I think also a little bit of epicness, of, I don't know, achieving a dream. It's very mysterious, but you achieve your dreams. There's like this little in my voice that was cracking me up, and I was like, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. It's like this little popping noise. Ran out of breath a little early on that one. All right, so there's our raw material. Now, we can also apply some pretty extreme pitch manipulation, where it sends everything up or down an octave. Listen to that. Fifths. Then, of course, we blow it out through the internal reverb. And honestly, when you do that, you come to realize that it really doesn't matter what you put in there. You could put the squelching sounds of manipulated dog shit. It would probably sound absolutely amazing when it went through the R-bar. I feel like there might be a better filter for this. For this particular instance, I really want warm. Warm, glowing, warming glow. That's what we need. Oh, you son of a... Happy set of parents. Well adjusted. That's what I was going to say. Oh, actually, let's go under. Get in the hole. Crank up that input gain. There we go. Actually, it would be fun to use a control track for this in the vector. Just like make it go super duper slow, maybe? That might be kind of cool. So I'll do my customary part 6, and then we go into the layer control. And so then we can go like, let's find part 6. Hey, I told you to stop. You're supposed to stop. What we can do then is play with things like step length and stuff, and take very, very like long movements. In fact, how slow is this? See, this is speed 1. And that's just not nearly long enough. And then percentage, it only goes up to like a pretty large number. So I guess we'll just keep it at like standard thing, and maybe we'll put it like 2 whole notes per step. Yeah. So then basically what I want to do is just have like, we'll turn the gate on all steps, because otherwise it doesn't put out pitch information. So on one of these we're going to put a G, and on the very last one we're going to put a high C. That's it. That's all it takes. Oh, but everything else needs to be a C3 for the baseline. Okay, that'll do. And then maybe put it on like a backwards forwards kind of thing, so it like does a bounce back thing. Yeah, I do have the tape effect thing in Stardust, and I feel like a good tape loop should probably go along with this in some way, shape, or form. And I do have the looper filled. What would be a cool... Hey, Jazz. Yeah, pendulum. That's what I was... That's that's what I was looking for. Okay, now if this guy just goes, he's just going. And we're gonna bust out some sloths here, because everybody likes sloths. We're gonna take this slow, the middle rate sloths. I'm gonna put that into the purple trace of the Zork strip so I can use it in a few different places. Use a long cable, we might as well use a long cable. Go into the, for now, CFM, I think. So then we can, again, do step length. We can be like, here, let's put each step length at like 3. So we don't even notice the changes until they happen, and then we're like, oh, I forgot. There was another chord floating around there somewhere. You know what I mean? All right. And then in the meantime, we also have... we have bouncing triangle waves. Sloths has done its duty job. So maybe instead we should reverse sloths on the other guy here. So that it's kind of one or the other. It's supposed to be mysterious. Okay, let me get some funky little effects going and stuff, because I feel like I kind of need that. You'd be really cool. Would be like a real high pitched little like a shooting star noise. You know, which is essentially going to be like a analog oscillator with like how could we do this? Let's see here. There's a lot of ways we could do this, to be honest. Let's get the actual sound itself a little bit set up first. I'm kind of like, do I really need a filter envelope? I don't think so. I think the key would be to like put it into a VCA. Immortal Man, what's going on? I think that would be the key. And then for the VCA, we'll need a pitch envelope. So let's see here. Let's go sine wave. Let's do a sine wave out. I'm going to take a burst generator output and go into the CV input for that. Okay, so yeah, we are going to need a pitch envelope of some sort here. Not necessarily a major thing. So we can go CV2. Let's put this guy up into a normal range here, ish, sort of, kinda. And I need an output of some sort. let's just throw it into the sea legs for now and see how it sounds once it's doing its thing. Okay, now I need a trigger for the envelope, and I'm not sure what to do with that yet. I think I haven't even had a chance to use this thing in a patch yet, so let's just use it. I have the new, for me at least, dope for the A160. Let's give that a half-speed clock, okay? And then I'm going to take the divide by 128 output and use that to trigger... need that to trigger two things. So let's do this instead. Take the 128 out. We're going to duplicate that guy, and one side of it is going to go into the trigger for the burst generator, which is going to need to be adjusted and made fast. Let's see. So I kind of want it to just be like... Let's put this in one that's faster, so we actually get decent... Okay. Okay, higher. A little faster. Oh, I like that. That's real nice. That's real nice. And then it's just a little peep little. It's a little shooting star in the background. You know, just there it goes. I'm just waiting for it now. Where are we at? We're at 64. It just hit 64. So it is getting a half-speed clock. So long story short, it's only going to trigger every once in a while. Okay, let's go one better. Let's give that its own reverb. And we're going to take, I think, the wet only, that reverb. Because I think that sound pretty good. Damnation. I don't have any more white or gray short cables. Okay, and then we'll give it its own channel too, because it's like... it's the thing to do. Oh, hi. Let's give that, I'm going to use the cathedral, which is nice. Tone, pretty dark. Heavy chorusing. Do this again, please. Like here. I don't like that clack. Didn't do it that time. Yeah, I can't have it on 100% wet because we do need that kind of... There. That's a happy little guy. Do I throw a really slow LFO into the VCO also? I guess that's the question. Yeah, let's just leave it for now. It's fine. Do you hear my vinyl mode? I got vinyl mode, dude. I'm in vinyl mode. Bro, check it out. Okay, what else do we need? Well, we need some kind of a bass action thing. Okay, this was on 2 whole notes. This would be a really easy bass line. Seriously. This could be just like... Yeah, let's do that. Alright, but right away I want to set up a subsequence before I forget what the other one was. This was 4 whole notes long, and it was Alt-1 bouncy back. We were going to go transpose on... And so this was going to go -2, and then -5. Yeah. Yeah. And then, basically, I just want a bunch of low Cs, just like 8th note, just little dump, 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 dump. Like, let's just go all John Carpenter-y on this bass line. And that feels like that. I mean, I love the sound anyways, and I'm biased. But it sounds to me like that needs an octave chainsaw bass. I mean, come on. This is what you came here for. Just face it. Admit it. So we're dividing the volt per octave, or the volt per octave into a precision adder, and it's going to subtract an octave from the signal. That's not going to reach. My God, there's cables everywhere. Oh my God, oh my God. As a matter of fact, I don't think I have... I gotta use the really long ones for this last run, which is irritating. But what are you gonna do? Burn the earth. Start fresh with the monkeys. That's what I'm gonna do. When this cable doesn't quite reach, it's okay. It's not bad. It's peachy. I heard it. Did you hear it? In the background. Bleeding through my effects sends or something. There we go. Bit too much drive there, huh? Yeah. That's more like it. But a little velocity. That seems like a good thing. We'll do the tresillo rhythm in velocity. Dun 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 dun. Oh, you barely reach. You can do. Oh, but I don't. I can't read. What? Oh, fuck. Oh, how about just into... Now, we're going to have to sub those out. Damnation. It's actually okay. Change the voltage level on the envelope. Yes. Snake Plissken. I do not, no. That would take a lot of work on my part. And I have a very demanding day job. Okay, now we can still flex the filter level of the bass by changing the input going to the envelope level, right? I can fiddle with that as we go, kind of tune it a little bit more. I've been talking about putting out albums for years and still haven't done it, so that's sort of the problem. I lack motivation. I'd rather just make music. So happy. Such a happy little sound. Okay. However, there's the thing, right? We need more. More. Give me more. But seriously, we need something else. And I don't know what that's going to be. I'm going to set up a lead line to play with because I like it. And I don't need any other justification than that. It's because your mom told me to. Got him. Sorry. Now you know my day job. I teach in a middle school. This would be an interesting idea. Let's do it. Let's try it. Let's run an analog lead through the dual dagger. And then we can kind of mess with like tonalities a lot more. Because I said so, god damn it. No, because it's that sequential nature, you know what I mean? Just like low pass into high pass. Or nothing into nothing, because we didn't hook up an output cable yet. Very good job. Why are you panned? Or something. Oh, because it's not plugged in all the way. Good job. I mean, that already sounds really cool. I believe all artists are getting at far, far deeper truth than any economist is going to ever be able to cope with. So, fuck what people say. We all know it's right. And I don't just mean good or fun or anything. It is right. Hey, Sean. Oh, that's just goddamn lovely right there. I mean, nobody can fault that. That's right. It only has one CV in for the low pass. Damn you. Damn you. So now we got to do something goofy. We're going to throw the... We're going to throw you nowhere. Or is there just a better filter to use? Let's just do that. I kind of know. I don't think there is. It is the sound I was looking for. Damnation. I need to get rid of this dual filter. I think that's my next substitution upgrade. And fill it with a stereo state variable filter of some sort. That sounds glorious. And, you know, it just needs to happen. Plain and simple. Wait, this is the same length of cord. I have lengths of red cables that are just odd, like vaguely short, and then some of them that are just way longer than the rest. So this was this envelope, and we're going to go into the acid rain junction, which is basically like a CV audio mixer attenuverter thing. Okay, and then I also want an LFO going into this slow LFO. Let's use that guy. And then, so then the combined output is going to go into the low pass. Yeah, it's basically, it's not really a bandpass filter. It's a low pass, high pass, but I'm only affecting the low pass. So the high pass is a fixed amount. This needs to be slower. Okay, there's a part to play with in a future edition. We need something else. I really enjoyed that the dimension, the wavetable thing the other day when I actually had it in like mono. It actually suddenly had a really potent sound. But I think I do want to do like a fifths. track, which is always enjoyable. Need to modulate these other sequences. Turning that on. Okay, now we gotta get the voice hooked up here. Part 7. Mr. Zekyle Dimension, are you in tune? No! He sucks like that. Actually, the funny thing is, it might be right now, because I haven't touched it, breathed on it. But I bet not. Huge tracts of land. My other sloths. Okay, well, let's kind of throw everything together here and see what we got so far. Oh, no, not yet. I wanted to get a tape loop of some sort, and I do have the looper going. I need to put that into a thing and do a thing with it, and probably just a filter. We'll hook it into the Zagreb. You find combinations that just work. So almost every time I use that looper, I put it into the Zagreb. Zagreb's a lovely sounding filter, but again, doesn't have any input gain adjustment. On something like this that's not a super hot signal, kind of doesn't matter, because it's like supposed to be background. So this is just backfill of a C chord from the first R bar thing. Okay, and then we need a tape loop of some sort. This tape loop could consist of a lot of different things. Here's a question. Does Splice have, like, ambiences? Like, do they have, like, sound effects? Yeah, they do. Oh. Okay, that's going to be fun. It's going to be weird. Boo. Boo to unnecessary panic. Boo. Let's see here. We need a filter for this guy too. Oh, you know what? The carry filter is not being... That would be perfect. Okay, this is the really that. I do not want this. No, this is one really long one and one short one. Ooh. So I have one short, long, and one, or two really, really long ones. Oh well. Good to know, I guess. I've been thinking about bringing my trumpet in, doing some stuff with it. I think that actually would be a lot of fun. Okay. Well, mouth harp I've done. In fact, I have right here. You know. Reverse it. Down the pitch. Low pass filter. No. High pass a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna internal reverb. And then kind of blow it out. that guy absolutely needs some very slow random modulation. I guess we'll just put it in the same... Well, no, you know what? We can use this sloths down here, too. Got another sloths hidden in the rack. And then it'll be completely independent of the other ones. This could get extremely obnoxious. Alright, well, let's kind of put this all together and then just, like, have a little zen moment for a bit, you know? I don't really. It's a concern. Like, I need to pony up some dough for a good travel case. And I need to do it pretty soon, too. I do have a slightly smaller 5U case than this, but it's really nothing any more portable. Honestly, this thing is not even that heavy. Like, I was able to lift it myself without a huge strain. Oh, hello there, little shooting star guy. Goodbye. Kind of fun. That's the wrong one. It's the wrong one. Damnation. Yeah, that's my base. I wanted the R-bar. R-bar is this guy. Damn, doesn't have built-in VCA. Shit. Yeah, that looks like a good find, dude. to get lunch at Mitsuya too. Just food court, man. Does it have the conveyor belt? That's my question. Because I love me a good sushi kaiten place. I know there's one like Rolling Meadows. There's one out in Algonquin Sushi Station. actually synchronized, sort of. Quiet kind of helps. Yeah, it is technically, I guess, Elgin, not Algonquin. Yeah, they do it, the one in Elgin, too. It's right on Randall, yeah. Rolling Meadows one was the original, and that place gets, like, crammed at lunch. And so that's, like, the best time to go, because it's, like, super fresh. Like, they're just constantly cutting and processing. I can't remember the last time I actually ate Spam. It's been many, many, many moons. I love that slightly out of sync. Here's my question. Do they make quad headphones? I mean, how do you monitor in quad? Like, if I wanted to stream, who would receive that anyways? You know what I mean? receiver end, I mean, if you're talking about like streaming and quadraphonic, who is going to receive a quadraphonic stream and have the equipment to decode it and stuff? Right? And then like live, I mean, I guess you'd have to almost be sitting in the middle of all 4 speakers to be able to monitor it accurately. Because you want to have control of that, you know? Speaking of which, really not what I was hoping for. That's better. What if you did mixing in Dolby? Like, could you stream in Dolby and do like a surround mix? Probably have to use like a DAW processing for that. So you need like an ES9 and route it all through your DAW and then do it all through software. Which actually might be really cool as a concept, just in terms of processing the stream before it goes out. Just like throw it through like Ozone and do like some spatializer thing on it or something. That'd be interesting. But even so, it gets me wondering, do they make quadraphonic headphones? I bet they do. Just need a larger ear cup and like slightly angled front and back drivers. Whispers in the rear would be super cool too. I'd say that was fairly mysterious. Was it mysterious? Perhaps darkly adventurous? I don't know, man. Probably has something to do with space, whatever. Anyways, good night, y'all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good week, and see you Friday, if not earlier. We'll see. Who knows? Feeling the need for a new filter. So, yeah. Part of me was like, dude, you could fit a second ST font where this dual filter is. You could just like, got a little space right there. Chunk, bonk, thud, second one. It's a hell of a bargain. It's really tempting. Anyways,